Have you ever heard someone say, everyone should take magnesium? Well, that's not entirely true. In fact, for some people, magnesium supplements can quietly make things worse, sometimes a lot worse. But here's the twist for others. Missing magnesium is like leaving the body in low power mode every single day. So how do you know which one you are? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether magnesium is your best friend or your hidden enemy. Before we dive in, let's get one thing straight. Magnesium is an essential mineral. It helps control over 300 processes in the body: your heartbeat, your nerves, your energy production, even your mood. But just because it's essential doesn't mean it's for everyone, or that more is better. Sometimes your body is literally screaming, "No, stop." And you might not even realize that the fatigue, stomach cramps or strange heartbeat you're feeling is your body trying to tell you something. Let's start with the people who should never take magnesium supplements, or at least not without a doctor's close supervision. These are 4 big red flags that your body might actually react badly to magnesium, even though it's a healthy mineral for most people. First, if you have kidney problems, stop right there. This is the biggest warning sign of all. When your kidneys aren't working properly, they can't flush out excess magnesium. It starts to build up in your blood quietly, and you won't always feel it right away. But then suddenly, you start getting muscle weakness, low blood pressure, and your heartbeat feels slow or irregular. It's dangerous because magnesium toxicity can creep up fast in people with weak kidneys. So if you've ever been told you have kidney disease, or if your doctor says your kidney function isn't perfect, never take magnesium on your own. It's not worth the risk. Food sources are fine, but supplements could easily tip the balance. The second warning sign is if you're on certain heart medications or antibiotics. I know this one surprises a lot of people, but magnesium can interact with medications like calcium channel blockers or some antibiotics, changing how they work in your body. For example, if you take magnesium with a heart rhythm medication, it can actually slow your heartbeat too much. Or if you mix it with certain antibiotics, it can block absorption, making the medicine less effective. So if you're on medication, it's always smart to check with your pharmacist or doctor before adding magnesium to your routine. The third warning sign: if you often have chronic diarrhea, loose stools, or digestive upset, magnesium, especially forms like magnesium citrate or magnesium oxide, can pull water into your intestines. That's why many people actually use it as a natural laxative. But if your digestion is already sensitive or you're prone to diarrhea, taking magnesium can make things a lot worse. You'll lose electrolytes, feel drained, and over time, that dehydration can cause fatigue, muscle cramps, even dizziness. So if your gut is easily upset, start with food sources instead of supplements, or use forms like magnesium glycinate that are gentler on digestion. But still, be cautious. The fourth warning sign, this one people rarely talk about, is low heart rate, dizziness, or feeling lightheaded frequently. Magnesium relaxes your muscles, including the heart muscle. Too much magnesium can actually slow your heart rate, lower your blood pressure, and make you feel faint. If you already have naturally low blood pressure or take medications that lower it, magnesium might push you too far in that direction. If you ever feel unusually tired, lightheaded when standing up, or like your pulse is too slow, that's your body saying it might have enough. Or even too much, magnesium already. Those are the 4 big stop signs. But let's flip the script for a moment, because for millions of people, the exact opposite is true. Magnesium deficiency is actually one of the most common nutrient gaps in the modern world, and your body might be crying out for it without you even realizing it. And if that's you, taking magnesium daily could be the single most life-changing thing you do for your energy, sleep, and mood. Here are 5 unmistakable signs you actually need magnesium daily. The first one, if you struggle to fall asleep or stay asleep, your magnesium levels might be too low. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system. It activates GABA receptors in your brain, the same neurotransmitters that help you relax and drift into deep sleep. If you lie in bed tired, but your brain keeps racing, or you wake up multiple times through the night, your magnesium levels could be to blame. So many people notice after just a week of magnesium that their sleep becomes deeper, calmer, and they wake up more refreshed. It's like finally hitting the off switch in your nervous system before bed. The second sign, you get muscle cramps, twitches, or tightness often. Magnesium is essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. Without enough of it, your muscles can't release properly, and you get those annoying calf cramps or eyelid twitches that seem to come out of nowhere. It's one of the clearest signs your muscles are starved for magnesium. In athletes, it can even show up as muscle fatigue or soreness that just doesn't go away. If you stretch, hydrate, and still feel tight, it's time to look at magnesium. The third sign, you feel anxious, easily stressed, or irritable for no clear reason. Low magnesium affects your adrenal system, the one that controls your stress hormones. When you're magnesium deficient, your body struggles to regulate cortisol, and you stay in that fight or flight mode much longer. That's why magnesium is often called the original chill pill. It helps your body relax from the inside out, naturally lowering anxiety levels and helping you handle daily stress without feeling overwhelmed. The fourth sign, you constantly feel tired, sluggish, or low in energy, even after a full night's sleep. This one's huge because magnesium is literally required for your cells to make ATP, the molecule that powers everything in your body. If you don't have enough magnesium, your cells can't produce energy efficiently, no matter how healthy your diet is. It's like trying to drive a car without enough fuel in the tank. People who start taking magnesium often notice within days that their energy levels are smoother and they don't hit that mid-afternoon crash. And the fifth sign, you get frequent headaches, migraines, or PMS symptoms. Low magnesium is a common trigger for all three. That's because magnesium helps relax blood vessels and balances hormones. When levels drop, blood vessels constrict more easily, leading to tension or throbbing headaches. In women, low magnesium can also worsen bloating, cramps, and mood swings during the menstrual cycle. It's why many natural doctors recommend magnesium as part of PMS and migraine prevention, because it helps smooth those sudden changes in hormones and blood flow. Let's pause for a second. We've covered the people who should never take magnesium and the ones who probably need it daily. But how can you tell for sure where you fit? Well, one of the best ways is to listen closely to your body, because it gives you subtle clues all the time. Are your muscles always tight no matter how much you stretch? Do you crave chocolate or nuts? Do you feel calmer after an Epsom salt bath? Those are often your body whispering, I need more magnesium. But if you ever feel dizzy after taking a supplement, your bowels speed up too much, or your heart starts feeling irregular, that's your signal to slow down or stop. Magnesium is about balance, not excess. It's like tuning an instrument. Too little and everything feels tense and off key. Too much and it all slows down. Let's talk for a moment about something most people don't realize. Not all magnesium is created equal. The form you take can make all the difference. Magnesium oxide, for example, is cheap but poorly absorbed. Most of it just passes through your system. Magnesium citrate works well, but can be too strong for sensitive stomachs. Magnesium glycinate, on the other hand, is gentle and great for anxiety, sleep, and muscle relaxation. Magnesium malate boosts energy and helps with muscle fatigue, while magnesium threonate is one of the only forms that crosses the blood-brain barrier, helping with focus, memory, and mood. If you decide you need magnesium, choose the form that matches your needs. Don't just grab the first bottle you see. And always start low, because magnesium isn't something you want to megadose on. Your body will tell you if it's too much. Usually, loose stools are the first sign to back off a little. Another hidden truth: your diet and lifestyle affect how much magnesium you actually absorb. Processed foods stress, caffeine, alcohol, and even some medications like birth control pills or acid blockers all drain magnesium from your body. So even if you're eating a decent diet, modern life can slowly empty your magnesium tank without you realizing it. That's why magnesium deficiency has become so widespread. Our soil is depleted, our stress is higher, and our diets are lighter on leafy greens and nuts than ever before. That means if you're living a high-stress lifestyle, drinking coffee daily, or working long hours under pressure, you're probably burning through magnesium at a faster rate than you can replace it. It's not just about what you take in, it's also about what you lose. And speaking of what you take in, let's talk about magnesium-rich foods, because ideally, that's where you should start before any supplement. The best sources are leafy greens like spinach and kale, almonds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, avocados, and even dark chocolate. When you eat these foods daily, you give your body a natural, slow-release form of magnesium that works in harmony with your digestion. Plus, food-based magnesium comes with other supportive minerals like calcium, potassium, and trace elements that balance your system. If you love smoothies, try adding a handful of spinach, half an avocado, and a spoon of pumpkin seeds. That's a magnesium boost right there. No pills needed. But if your symptoms are strong or your diet is restricted, a supplement can be that bridge your body needs to restore balance. One of the biggest questions people ask is, when's the best time to take magnesium? The answer depends on why you're taking it. If your goal is better sleep or relaxation, evening is best, about an hour before bed. It signals your body to wind down, but if you're taking magnesium for energy, muscle function, or digestion, taking it earlier in the day with food works better. Just be consistent, because magnesium works best when your levels are stable, not when you take it sporadically. But here's the thing, taking magnesium isn't magic if your body can't absorb it properly. Low stomach acid, poor gut health, or too much calcium can block magnesium absorption. So if you've been taking magnesium and still don't feel any difference, the issue might not be the dose. It might be your gut. Sometimes pairing magnesium with vitamin B6 or improving your gut microbiome through fermented foods can make a huge difference. Let's talk about one of the most overlooked benefits of magnesium, its impact on your mood and mental clarity. When you're stressed, your body releases adrenaline and cortisol, which burn through magnesium reserves. That's why during times of high stress, anxiety, or emotional exhaustion, you can feel tense, wired, or even depressed. Magnesium acts almost like a natural relaxant for your brain. It helps calm nerve activity, smooths mood swings, and even supports serotonin production, the feel-good hormone. People often say they feel more themselves again after restoring their magnesium levels. That's because it brings your nervous system back into balance. But I also want to emphasize something important. If you have any kind of medical condition, especially heart or kidney issues, don't just self-diagnose. Get a magnesium blood test or talk to your doctor. Because while magnesium deficiency is common, magnesium toxicity is real too. You want to find your personal sweet spot, not just jump on the supplement bandwagon because you saw it trending online. Let me share something interesting. Many symptoms of low magnesium overlap with symptoms of anxiety or chronic fatigue. Things like palpitations, muscle tightness, brain fog, and low energy often get dismissed or treated separately, when sometimes the root is as simple as low magnesium. Imagine how many people are taking anxiety medication or endless coffee when their body is just craving a little mineral support. That's how powerful this one nutrient can be when it's balanced correctly. And here's another thing people don't think about. Magnesium works hand in hand with other nutrients. Vitamin D, calcium, and potassium all interact with it. If you're taking vitamin D supplements, but not enough magnesium, your body can't even use the vitamin D properly. That's why some people start vitamin D and feel worse, because it's draining their magnesium reserves. So it's not just about taking one thing, it's about keeping the minerals in harmony. Think of magnesium as the quiet conductor of your body's orchestra. Without it, everything else sounds off. Before we wrap up, let's go back to where we started. Those warning signs, because balance really is everything. If you have kidney disease, heart rhythm issues, or frequent diarrhea, magnesium supplements can easily backfire. If you're on medications that interact, be extra cautious. But if you're one of the millions running on low magnesium, tired, tense, sleepless, and stressed, then bringing magnesium back into your daily life can truly feel like someone turned the lights back on. Imagine waking up without that heavy fatigue, feeling calm but alert. No more twitching eyelids, no more leg cramps at night, no more endless mental chatter before bed. That's what magnesium balance feels like. Not a jolt of artificial energy, but a deep, steady power that comes from your body working the way it's supposed to. And honestly, magnesium is one of those quiet heroes in health. It's not flashy. It doesn't promise overnight miracles. But when your body finally gets enough of it, everything just starts running smoother, from your mood to your muscles to your metabolism. You start to feel like yourself again. If you've been ignoring those little signs, restless sleep, fatigue, muscle tightness, or that constant edge of anxiety, don't overlook magnesium. But if you're one of the few who needs to avoid it because of your health conditions, protecting yourself from excess magnesium is just as important. Either way, knowing your body and listening to what it's telling you is the key. Because at the end of the day, your body is always communicating. It's just that most of us aren't taught to listen. The cramps, the fatigue, the stress, all of it is feedback. And the more you pay attention, the easier it becomes to live in alignment with what your body actually needs. Magnesium isn't the answer for everyone, but for the right person, it can be life-changing. And speaking of ways to restore balance naturally, there's one that's been quietly used for hundreds of years, but often underestimated today: Epsom salt baths. You might think of them as an old-fashioned remedy, something your grandmother used after a long day, but in reality, they're one of the simplest and most effective ways to let your body absorb magnesium without swallowing a single pill. Epsom salt isn't just ordinary salt. It's magnesium sulfate, a compound that dissolves easily in warm water and releases magnesium ions your skin can absorb. When you soak in an Epsom salt bath, That magnesium doesn't have to pass through your digestive system. It bypasses the gut completely, entering the body through the pores and hair follicles, allowing for a slow, gentle restoration of magnesium levels that feels soothing rather than stimulating. Now, the science of transdermal absorption has been debated for years, but countless people report real results. They notice their muscles loosen, their sleep deepens, their anxiety fades just a little, and even their skin feels softer afterward. Think about it. Your skin is your largest organ, designed not just to protect, but also to exchange substances with the environment. When you immerse yourself in warm water filled with magnesium sulfate, your pores open up, circulation improves, and the mineral has the perfect opportunity to seep in where it's needed most. It's why athletes use Epsom salt baths after intense workouts. Why people with chronic pain or fibromyalgia find relief soaking in them, and why stressed, exhausted bodies often feel renewed after 20 minutes in that warm, mineral-rich water. What's fascinating is how quickly your nervous system responds. The warmth relaxes the body, and as magnesium begins to work its magic, it starts to quiet the overactive nerves that fuel tension and restlessness. You can feel it in your shoulders, your back, even in your breathing. It naturally deepens. The stress hormones that keep your body on edge begin to taper down. That's magnesium's subtle power. It doesn't force anything. It invites calm. In fact, one of the easiest ways to tell if you're magnesium deficient is to notice how much better you feel after a simple Epsom soak. If you come out lighter, calmer, with your muscles relaxed and your mind clearer, your body's telling you something. People often underestimate how depleted their magnesium levels really are. Our diets, our water, even the stress of modern living all pull magnesium from us. But Epsom salt baths give you a way to replenish those reserves without adding another supplement to your routine. It's almost like tricking your body into relaxing, except it's not a trick at all. It's chemistry in action. The magnesium ions enter your skin, pair with sulfate to support detox pathways in the liver, and help your muscles release lactic acid buildup. That's why after exercise, or even after a long day of sitting at a desk, soaking in an Epsom bath can melt away soreness that stretching or massage alone can't reach. The sulfate part of magnesium sulfate also plays a quiet but crucial role. It helps the body flush out toxins and supports joint and tissue health, giving you that clean, reset feeling afterward. When people first try Epsom salt baths, they often start with just 1 cup in a bathtub of warm water. But to really feel the benefits, most find that 2 to 3 cups dissolved in comfortably hot water, soaking for around 20 minutes, makes a noticeable difference. Too hot and you'll sweat excessively, which defeats the purpose. Too cool and your pores won't open enough. The sweet spot is warmth that encourages relaxation, not discomfort. During that time, the magnesium is working its way through your skin's barrier, and by the time you step out, your body feels both grounded and refreshed. Many notice that when they make it a habit, say 3 times a week, their sleep improves, their mood steadies, and their muscles recover faster after physical activity. Some people even like to add essential oils, like lavender or eucalyptus, to enhance the calming effects. But even on its own, Epsom salt is more than enough. It's not just self-care, it's replenishment on a cellular level. The magnesium in those salts interacts with your nervous system to slow down the release of adrenaline and support serotonin production, which is why you feel that deep sigh of relief halfway through your soak. The body stops fighting, it stops bracing, it finally rests. And that's exactly what magnesium is meant to help you do. Restore balance where stress, strain, or deficiency have thrown things off. What's even more interesting is how Epsom salt baths can benefit specific parts of the body. For instance, foot soaks are great for people who spend long hours standing or who experience swelling and fatigue in their legs. When you dissolve half a cup of Epsom salt into a basin of warm water and soak your feet, the magnesium still absorbs through the skin, while the warmth improves circulation and helps reduce inflammation. It's particularly soothing for people with plantar fasciitis, restless legs, or simply tired feet. And because the sulfate component aids detoxification, it can also help pull out impurities and reduce minor swelling. It's a natural, low-cost therapy that's gentle but effective. For people who can't tolerate oral magnesium because of digestive issues, Epsom salt baths can be a lifesaver. You don't have to worry about laxative effects or stomach discomfort. The absorption rate through the skin is slower and more controlled, meaning your body takes in only what it needs. It's one of the safest and most balanced ways to correct a mild deficiency. Plus, you can easily adjust how often you use it depending on how your body feels. Some prefer nightly soaks to unwind before bed, while others find 2 or 3 times a week is enough to maintain calmness and muscle comfort. If you pay close attention, you'll notice patterns. Your muscles might feel looser, your heart rate steadier, and your sleep more restorative after a bath. That's magnesium gently recalibrating your system. And the more consistent you are, the deeper the effects. It's not instant gratification, it's gradual restoration. Each soak rebuilds a little more of what daily stress and modern living deplete. It's worth mentioning that magnesium sulfate baths can also improve skin health. The combination of warm water and magnesium helps soften rough or dry areas, soothe irritation, and reduce inflammation in conditions like eczema or psoriasis. Some people notice that their skin feels smoother, almost polished, after a soak, not because of scrubbing, but because the mineral balance on the surface of the skin has been restored. Magnesium also has mild antibacterial properties, which can help with small blemishes or irritation, making Epsom baths both a beauty and wellness ritual in one. For people dealing with chronic pain conditions like fibromyalgia or arthritis, Epsom salt baths can be an anchor in their pain management routine. The warmth improves blood flow to stiff joints and tired muscles, while magnesium helps reduce nerve excitability, calming pain signals before they reach the brain. It's subtle but noticeable, less tightness, less tension, a body that feels lighter and more at ease. The relief might not last forever, but it builds with regular use, helping your body reset between flare-ups or stress cycles. You can even think of these baths as a natural way to practice mindfulness. As you soak, your breathing slows, your thoughts quiet down, and your body begins to unwind. In that stillness, your parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for rest and repair, takes over. This shift is crucial for recovery, not just physically but emotionally. The more time your body spends in that parasympathetic state, the better it heals. Magnesium helps make that possible, acting almost like a signal to your nervous system that it's safe to relax now. Of course, not everyone can take Epsom salt baths. People with open wounds, infections, or severe heart or kidney problems should avoid them or talk to their doctor first, because even transdermal magnesium can accumulate if the body can't eliminate it efficiently. But for most healthy adults, it's an easy, inexpensive way to replenish what life drains away. You don't need fancy equipment or expensive supplements, just warm water, Epsom salt, and 20 quiet minutes to yourself. There's also something profoundly grounding about the ritual itself. In a world where everything is fast, digital, and noisy, soaking in a simple bath connects you back to your body. It reminds you that healing doesn't always come in pills or powders. It can come from slowing down, from creating stillness, from letting minerals and water do what they've done for centuries. Even if you don't believe in the science, you can't deny the feeling, the sense of calm that washes over you, the weight lifting off your shoulders, the quiet inside your mind. It's real and it's powerful. Many people who try it once end up making it part of their nightly routine. They light a candle, add a handful of salts, maybe play soft music, and let the water do its work. Over time, it becomes more than just a bath. It becomes a reset button, a moment where you can disconnect from the day, recharge, and prepare for rest. And in that sense, Epsom salt baths aren't just about magnesium. They're about mindfulness, about giving your body and mind permission to slow down long enough to recover. For parents with children who are active or stressed, even short Epsom salt foot soaks can help them wind down before bed. The magnesium helps calm the nervous system naturally without any medication, and many parents notice their kids sleep more soundly afterward. It's a gentle, time-tested approach that brings calmness without side effects, and it teaches them early that wellness isn't about taking more, but about restoring balance. You might also find that using Epsom salt in a warm compress can soothe localized pain. For instance, dissolving some in water, soaking a cloth, and applying it to sore joints or tense neck muscles can help relieve discomfort. The warmth draws blood to the area, and the magnesium helps ease the muscle fibers that have locked up from overuse or stress. It's one of those simple, old remedies that still work today because they're grounded in biology, not marketing. Epsom salt baths can also complement your magnesium intake from diet or supplements. Think of it as a supportive therapy. It helps maintain steady levels without overwhelming your digestive system. For people who find oral supplements too stimulating or laxative, this method offers a slower, more balanced delivery system. Over time, your body learns to hold on to magnesium better, your muscles become more responsive, and your nervous system less reactive. Even people recovering from illness or injury can benefit. Magnesium aids in protein synthesis and tissue repair, which means it supports recovery at the cellular level. When combined with warm water therapy, it enhances circulation to healing tissues, delivering oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most. That's why rehabilitation centers and physiotherapists often recommend magnesium soaks for patients dealing with chronic pain or post-exercise soreness. It's gentle, affordable, and works harmoniously with the body's own healing mechanisms. There's something elegant about how simple it is. No complicated protocol, no expensive equipment, just a tub, some water, and mineral salt. Yet within that simplicity lies a deep natural intelligence. Magnesium and sulfate, two elements that our modern lives have nearly forgotten, quietly restore balance through something as ordinary as a bath. And in that ordinary act, your body finds extraordinary relief. And the more we understand how deeply stress drains the body, the clearer it becomes that managing stress isn't just about calming your mind. It's about replenishing what your body loses in the process. Every time you go through a period of tension, anxiety, or emotional overload, your body burns through magnesium like fuel. It's your built-in stress buffer, but the problem is most people are already running low. That means each new wave of stress hits harder, lasts longer, and leaves you more depleted than before. So while everyone talks about managing stress through mindset and meditation, There's an equally important side that's often ignored, the nutritional side. You can't restore emotional balance if your biochemistry is out of balance. Magnesium is at the heart of that equation because it literally helps your body switch off its stress response. When you're under pressure, your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline, your fight or flight hormones. They help you deal with immediate challenges. But if that stress never really turns off, those hormones stay elevated. Over time, this constant on mode begins to wear you down. Your sleep becomes lighter, your patience shorter, your body aches more, and even your digestion slows. Magnesium plays a key role in bringing that system back down to baseline. It helps the body deactivate cortisol once the stressful event has passed, calms nerve impulses, and relaxes the muscles that have been unconsciously tensed for hours. Without enough magnesium, your body stays stuck in a semi-alert state, like a car engine idling all night. That's why magnesium deficiency and chronic stress often feed off each other in a vicious cycle. When magnesium levels drop, your nervous system becomes hypersensitive. You react more strongly to small stresses. Your muscles tighten and your thoughts race. Then you lose more magnesium through urine because stress hormones push it out faster. That means the next stressor hits even harder and the cycle continues. Breaking that loop requires more than meditation. It requires replenishment. You can do all the deep breathing in the world, but if your body's stress chemistry is unbalanced, you'll still feel wired and exhausted at the same time. Restoring magnesium is like giving your nervous system permission to exhale. It's fascinating how interconnected all of this is. The same mineral that helps relax your muscles also stabilizes your heart rhythm and supports your brain's neurotransmitters. When you have enough magnesium, serotonin, and GABA, the calming chemicals in your brain, work better. Your heart beats in a steadier rhythm, your blood pressure evens out, and your body can finally enter a true rest state. People often describe it as a quiet kind of strength. The ability to handle stress without crumbling under it. It's not about being emotionless, it's about resilience, and magnesium is the biochemical foundation of that resilience. If you think about the modern lifestyle, it's almost designed to strip magnesium away. Coffee in the morning, a fast breakfast, rushing to work, sitting under artificial light, scrolling through screens, eating processed food, sleeping late, dealing with constant noise and notifications. Every single one of those things adds stress to the system. Even things that seem harmless, like high-intensity exercise without enough recovery, push magnesium out of your cells. So while we live longer, we also live in a constant state of tension. That's why restoring magnesium through diet, supplements, or even something as simple as an Epsom salt bath can make such a profound difference. You're not just adding a mineral, you're rebuilding your body's capacity to handle modern life. Imagine you wake up tired even though you've slept 8 hours. You grab coffee, feel wired for a few hours, then crash. Your muscles are tight, your mood's unstable, and your focus is off. That's what running on low magnesium looks like. Your body's trying to function without one of its key relaxation minerals. But when you restore it, things start to shift subtly at first. Your breathing deepens. You feel less reactive. You recover faster after stress. You stop feeling like you're running on fumes. That's because magnesium works on every level of the stress response, from the brain to the adrenal glands to the muscles. One of the most powerful ways magnesium helps with stress management is by protecting your mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside your cells that produce energy. Chronic stress damages these mitochondria, leading to fatigue and burnout. Magnesium stabilizes them. improves their efficiency, and ensures that energy production stays smooth even under pressure. It's like reinforcing the foundation of a house before a storm. You might not notice it immediately, but over time, it prevents collapse. That's why people who focus on long-term stress management often talk about magnesium as a quiet hero. It doesn't work like caffeine or sugar. It doesn't push you. It restores you. And there's another layer to this story. Magnesium also affects your blood sugar balance, which plays a huge role in stress resilience. When you're stressed, your body releases glucose into the bloodstream to give you quick energy. But without enough magnesium, your insulin response becomes sluggish, leading to spikes and crashes in blood sugar. Those crashes trigger irritability, cravings, and more stress hormones, creating another vicious loop. Adequate magnesium helps stabilize blood sugar, keeping your mood and energy levels even throughout the day. So managing stress isn't just about mental calm, it's also about physical stability, and magnesium quietly provides that behind the scenes. When you combine magnesium with other stress, supportive practices like deep breathing, time in nature, and proper hydration, the effects multiply. It becomes easier to stay centered in moments that used to throw you off. You don't get that constant edge of irritation or fatigue. You feel balanced, not because the world got easier, but because your body isn't in constant survival mode anymore. Magnesium helps teach your nervous system that it's safe, that not every little challenge is a threat. It's one of the reasons magnesium-rich diets are linked to lower rates of anxiety and depression in research studies. The brain literally runs more smoothly when magnesium is present. You can see this in how children respond too. Kids who are under stress or who struggle with hyperactivity often have low magnesium levels. When they get enough, through food or gentle supplementation, they become calmer, more focused, more emotionally stable. Their sleep improves, their energy steadies. It's not magic, it's physiology. Magnesium regulates the electrical activity in the brain, ensuring signals don't fire too fast or too chaotically. It's like tuning a radio to reduce static. And just like kids, adults need that same recalibration, especially in high-stress jobs or emotionally demanding lives. When people start paying attention to their magnesium levels, they often notice other changes too. Their cravings for sweets or chocolate go down, their digestion improves, and they stop feeling so tense in their shoulders and neck. That's because magnesium is involved in muscle relaxation and nerve communication. The more your muscles release, the more your mind relaxes, and vice versa. It's a feedback loop in the direction of calm. Stress management, then, isn't just about coping mentally. It's about giving your physical body the tools to cooperate. One thing that often surprises people is that stress management through magnesium doesn't necessarily mean taking large doses. It's about consistency. Small, steady intake through foods like pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, and avocados can be just as powerful as supplements when combined with good lifestyle habits. Magnesium from food absorbs gradually, supporting your body's natural rhythm. When you eat magnesium-rich foods regularly, you're constantly refilling your stress reserves instead of draining them. And because magnesium works synergistically with other minerals like potassium and calcium, eating whole foods instead of processed ones naturally keeps that balance intact. It's also important to look at how your lifestyle either conserves or wastes magnesium. Caffeine, alcohol, sugar, and chronic dehydration all increase magnesium loss through the kidneys. So even if you're taking a supplement, these habits can undo your progress. That's why true stress management isn't just about adding magnesium, it's about protecting it. Think of magnesium as your internal battery. Every stressful situation drains a little power, and habits like caffeine or processed food drain it faster. To keep that battery charged, you have to reduce the leaks as much as you can while regularly topping it up. If you start observing your body, you'll notice when you're running low. Your eye might twitch, your muscles feel heavier, your sleep less restful, or your patience thinner. These are early signs of magnesium depletion. And instead of waiting until burnout hits, you can respond early by taking time to rest, by soaking in an Epsom salt bath, by eating something magnesium rich, or even by meditating with slow breathing, which helps your body retain minerals more efficiently. Stress management becomes a living rhythm, listening, responding, replenishing. There's also a deeper emotional side to this. Chronic stress trains the body to expect tension, to prepare for danger, even when there isn't any. Magnesium helps unwind that pattern. It supports the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and healing, and helps retrain your physiology to feel safe again. When your body feels safe, your mind follows. You start making clearer decisions, sleeping better, and reacting less impulsively. This is why many people say magnesium feels like peace in a bottle. It's not numbing you, it's restoring the physical foundation for peace to exist. Over time, consistent magnesium replenishment changes how you experience life's challenges. Things that used to trigger you start feeling manageable. You still notice stress, but it doesn't consume you. Your body has more resilience, and your recovery from stress becomes faster. This is the real goal of stress management, not eliminating stress altogether, but enhancing your ability to bounce back. Magnesium is the biochemical version of resilience. It doesn't stop the waves from coming, but it helps you stay steady in the water. The beautiful thing about focusing on magnesium in your stress management plan is that it's simple and accessible. You don't need expensive therapies or complicated programs. You just need awareness, consistency, and small daily actions that replenish what's lost. That might mean choosing whole grains instead of refined ones, eating more green vegetables, or ending the day with a handful of nuts instead of sugary snacks. Every small choice builds your magnesium bank, and with it, your stress resistance. You can also combine magnesium with mindfulness habits to reinforce the effect. For example, meditating after an Epsom salt bath amplifies calmness because your nervous system is already primed to relax. Doing gentle stretching or yoga before bed after a magnesium-rich dinner can help you transition into sleep more smoothly. These aren't big changes. They're shifts that align your body's chemistry with your lifestyle. And the more aligned they are, the less effort it takes to feel at peace. What's powerful about magnesium-based stress management is that it reconnects you with your body's natural intelligence. Your body already knows how to calm itself. It just needs the right tools. When magnesium levels are optimal, everything flows. Your heartbeat, your mood, your thoughts. You stop fighting your body and start working with it. And that's when real stress management happens, not as a forced act, but as a natural state of balance returning on its own. So while most people chase stress relief through quick fixes, coffee in the morning, wine at night, endless scrolling to distract the mind, the real answer lies in something quiet, steady, and elemental. Magnesium doesn't demand attention. It just quietly rebuilds the foundation of calm. It makes your nervous system more efficient, your mind more resilient, and your emotions more grounded. And when that happens, managing stress stops being a daily struggle and becomes an effortless way of living in rhythm with your body again.